Hello everyone, and today on Grassy Paradise we have a special feature, and that's the Trick Room team. So I've been wanting to make this team for a while, I've been talking about it forever, and I finally got to make my Grass Room team, or my Trick Grass team, whichever way it goes. It's kind of tricky stuff we're doing today. So uh, to start off, I needed a lead that could set up Trick Room, because I'm going for a hard Trick Room team, right? We got to be able to, keep setting up Trick Room throughout a battle, even if it goes on maybe 20, 30, 40 turns. We got to keep it consistent. So Exeggutor was my lead, and his moves were Extra Sensory, um, Leaf Storm, Trick Room, and Reflect. So he's going to be our lead. And he has a focus sash, so he could set up Trick Room and then maybe Reflect and then just die, or maybe he can get some chip damage in. His role is going to be varied a little bit. Our next Pokemon is Torterra. He's going to just come in, hit really hard, and he's going to outspeed pretty much everything in Trick Room. He's got Wood Hammer. It's like a super powerful move. He's got Earthquake, that second stab, it's really strong. Rock Slide for that flying coverage, and Outrage if we need to just completely demolish any dragons that come in our path. Our third Pokemon on this team is Trevenant. He's underappreciated. He's not used. I've only seen him used twice, and only one time effectively on a team prior to me using it. So he's really hard Pokemon to use. But I felt like I needed to include him on this team. I feel like it would be really good for him to be in his element. And his moves are Shadow Claw, Horn Leech for some recovery, Curse if I want to if I know Trick Room's about to end, I can put a Curse on someone and damage them, and then they're kind of forced to switch out, which could be beneficial. And Rock Slide just for that flying coverage. We're a grass mono, we need that flying coverage, it's essential. For my fourth Pokemon, I wanted a Special Sweeper, and at first I was looking at Vileplume, but I just felt like that's too typical. So I went with my Blossom, and my Blossom Shiny, which is always a plus. And the moves that I chose for it was Moonblast for dark coverage, because we have two psychic types, right? So we want that dark, something that could hit dark Pokemon hard. So we got Moonblast, we got Giga Drain, just for that good old stab and recovery. Quiver Dance, which is gonna give us a little bit more bulk, a little bit more power, and more speed. So outside of Trick Room, right, we might be able to outspeed certain things. Right, when Trick Room ends, we also need options. So I felt like Quiver Dance and Sunny Day were really good, because if I could get the sun up with the Quiver Dance, I'm gonna outspeed a lot of things outside of Trick Room, right? So yeah, Blossom's really consistent for me. Our fifth member was Celebi. So Celebi also learns Trick Room, and it's our second Trick Room setter. And I'm using it to set up Trick Room later in the game, right? So after my Exeggutor is gone, and after I try to take something out with maybe Torterra or Trevenant, I have a second option to set up that Trick Room. And Celebi worked great. It was very consistent, it always is. And the moves I chose for it were Psychic, Hidden Power Fire, Trick Room, and Light Screen. And the reason why I chose Light Screen is because on that Blossom, there's a weakness policy. So if I get the Light Screen up and then Blossom gets a Quiver Dance or something, then gets hit, it becomes really, really strong and bulky, and it can wreck things. So Celebi and Blossom are sort of like a little combo that I got going on. And lastly, I got Ferrothorn. I probably should have made Ferrothorn specifically for this team, but I was just lazy, so I just chose the one I already had. It's relaxed, and it has Gyro Ball, Protect, Stealth Rock, and Leech Seed. The typical set, right? The typical Ferrothorn set. Ideally, I would have put like Assault Vest on it and made it like some insane Trick Room Sweeper, but we're on a budget here at Grassy Paradise, alright? There's a lot of green, but the green doesn't come in the form of money. So, alright, let's get into this. Alright, so our first battle, right here we got Rocket Grunt James. He's a cool dude, but we're going to Trick Room on him right off to the start. And Exeggutor is really bulky. You can see that right here. So we get the reflect too. So he sets up a Dragon Dance, which kind of works in our favor. He's gonna be slower, right? Because Trick Room's there. He's also gonna be stronger. So we gotta watch out. So he keeps going for it. Here I'm thinking like, man, this is kind of scary. I thought he was gonna extreme speed, but he roosts. And I'm like, oh man, if he gets that multi-scale back, I'm in trouble. But here he does an outreach, and I'm like, oh, that saved me. That saved the game for me, because now he's locked into that. I should have gyroballed here, but I went for Stealth Rocks instead. But it was fine because yeah, he switches out, which is like, I feel like he should have just stuck in there. That would have been good for him, but I kind of knew he was going to switch out. I sensed it. So I was like, all right, leash sheet. If he does switch out, I win. If he hits me, you know, he dies, I might die, whatever. So yeah, I got that leash sheet going on this Mew. And then the Mew does something really cool. That is like one of the few times I've ever seen that in battle queue. And I've done 7,000 battles almost, so that's a big move, man. So here I switch, get Celebi because he has hidden power fire, which is gonna hit FERROTHORN, because Mew is really FERROTHORN really hard. But he switches. He's smart. He's switching out. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna go for that. Good move, buddy. But here I switch out. I feel like he doesn't have pursuit, and I'm right. And I feel like this was the time to use Blossom. I was like, all right, we're doing Blossom right now. We're going for it. And I'm like, all right, let's get this Trick Room, or sorry, this Quiver Dance going. So we're gonna get strong. Yep. We're gonna get stronger. I went for Moonblast here because I felt like I could one-hit KO from this range, or put pressure on him. And it was actually a good move because this Mew could have been a pain in the neck. It could have caused me problems. So it was like, yeah, we got another Pokemon down. This Dragonite switch, obviously we got Stealth Rock, so it's RIP Dragonite. And he goes for the Alakazam, and this is why we win. If he would have went for the Gyarados, we would have potentially lost. But this allows me to go for another Quiver Dance, and I could take out this Alakazam now. So I'm a Giga Drain for that recovery. It would have been cool if he barely survived. It would have allowed me to get off another Quiver Dance maybe. But you know, we'll take it. And look how slow this little Blossom is. Even with +2, he's getting outsped. I was sad. I thought if we could just get that outspeed, we could have just done a Blossom sweep completely. But it's fine because we got FERROTHORN. FERROTHORN is just gonna hold it down. Inside Trick Room, outside Trick Room. He just holds it down. So he leech seeds here, or rather I leech seed here, and it doesn't give him a good switch now. Like he can't really switch to anything, because then he gets seeded, and that's a really annoying thing to happen if you're on the other end of it. So here I do Gyro Ball just to put pressure. I don't like switching out all the time because I feel like sometimes people can predict the switches, so now I switch out. You know, that first turn I wanted just to be like, I'm here, you know. So use the assurance, the leech seed healing me up. And then the wood hammer is gonna just boom, it's gonna hit really hard. And the leech seed offsets that recoil. But here I went for Earthquake because I just felt like, you know, maybe that will, you know, do something, and it did. It gave me that nice crit. Then I go for Wood Hammer again just in case he switched to Gyarados. I'd get some good neutral. And the Leech Seed just come in clutch right there. So this was a really risky spot because he brings out the Gyarados. And that Ice Fang is going to one-hit KO no matter what. So I go into Celebi. And boom, he Ice Fangs, but it's not going to be enough to kill me. So I know Trick Room is the move right here, because it gives me down the second turn a chance to outspeed, and then it allows either Trevenant or Torterra to take him out, right? Because now that Gyarados is really slow because we're in Trick Room. And the Torterra is really fast. So Torterra is just gonna do his thing. He's just gonna wood hammer. Boom. Easy. Obviously he's like got like a few percentages. Easy KO. And then he's got Blissey left. So the move here for him would have been to soft boil. Right? I go for the wood hammer. He should have soft boiled. He went for the toxic. Now I don't think if he knew he was gonna outspeed me, because he could have, right? Because Blissey's slow too. But we were slower, and that trick room was crucial at the end because it allowed us to get 2 outspeeds. And voila, I managed to win that battle. So with this team, my battle record was 7 out of 20. Not sustainable. I dropped 270 points in rating, right? Originally, I went from 1971 to 1700. Then I kind of got back up to 1750, but I won 3 in a row because I was like, I gotta make these plays. I gotta win. I can't be losing like this. So then I won 3 just to kind of salvage a little bit of rating at the end. And then I got this footage, so I was like, I'm gonna use this footage. It pretty much demonstrates how this trick room team worked. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. And special shout out to my boy Mocha, who gave me this Torterra free. Like, dude, it's been so good for me, this Torterra. So big shout out to him. Also, he loves trick room too. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.